Aloha, beloveds. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm here in Williams, Oregon. And yeah, the rain has definitely arrived. So grateful the last 24 hours. The rain has been present here on the land. It started when I was spending time in Shasta recently. Not last night, but the night before, and it started raining that night. And the sun is out right now. It's really glorious and beautiful. You can see the sunshine here. And yeah, I'm spending time back here in Williams with my beloved, with my lover, and yeah, we've been going through some really deep portals around healing uh, between. Um, Yeah, healing within really is what it comes down to. Healing, sexual healing, like deep sexual healing that's happening right now. And we're taking a break from intimacy, sexual intimacy. I've been reading this book called Peace Between the Sheets, and it's all about healing through sex, basically. And yeah, it's really deep reprogramming. It's an opportunity to relate differently to conventional sex. Um, and it involves refraining from orgasm and, um, yeah, and really getting into the heart, getting into the heart. So this is really diving into my my request to the universe to be in partnership with somebody who is interested in sacred sexuality and sacred union. And I'm just so grateful that that's happening here. Didn't expect it to happen this way, but of course that's the beauty of this life, isn't it? We put out that prayer, we put out that request to the universe, supplication to Great Spirit, and many times it doesn't look the way we thought it would look or transpire or unfold in the way that we thought it would. So it's a really beautiful thing. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be in service like this to myself, for my highest, and to another to help with his awakening as well. And yeah, really it's just witnessing myself in that awakening process and witnessing him in that awakening process. Highly encourage you to study this material. It goes into the biology of our sexual response and hormones and chemicals and um, yeah, our innate biological drive to procreate and how that actually is meant to sabotage long-term relationships, and how we have to make a conscious push, a conscious effort to change and go against the flow of our biology and uh, practice presence in intimacy. Um, yeah, this isn't going to happen on its own. It's going to happen with conscious effort. We all consciously make the effort to rewrite those programs that are deep within us and those biological desires to orgasm and to procreate. Um, we have the opportunity to unlock uh, higher vibrational forces within us that allows us to connect on that deeper energetic heart-based level versus the more animalistic level that ends up sabotaging relationships ultimately, and just feeds our physical desire. And actually there's like a hangover effect that happens after orgasmic sex, and yeah, it creates a bunch of problems in relationships, and we've all experienced it. I feel like I definitely have, you know, the passionate lovemaking with lots of orgasm, and then um, feeling depressed afterwards and viewing my partner as not good enough or myself as not good enough, and getting into fights and conflict, and then um, you know, eventually it might even out and then coming back together, maybe even like makeup sex to try and remedy it, but that just ends up making the problem worse. So Yeah, I won't get into it too much in this video because I'm still learning so much. I'm still very much in the learning phase, and my partner and I are reading the book together and practicing the suggested exchanges, ecstatic exchanges together. Yeah, but it's very, very good. I feel very good about it. It's challenging. It's pushing me. It's expanding me. It's growing me. Even at the age of 46, I've had a lot of sex in my life, different ways, different flavors or whatever, but essentially the same, of wanting to get to a certain pinnacle of orgasm, and then, the fallout that happens from that. And I recognize that. And I recognize that sex is an addiction, can very well be an addiction because of the chemicals involved. But ultimately it doesn't serve the heart, in that way. And I know people who have been celibate for many, many years because of that, and noticing that but not knowing what to do about it. And so this is an opportunity to learn how to be in right relationship with sexuality and intercourse and my partner, and in a equal, balanced, harmonious way which fosters love, fosters love and lovemaking. Is actually making love, not creating emotional ups and downs through chemical yo-yoing in the brain, so I'm grateful, learning a lot. Welcome to hear any comments that you may have about if you have a practice around this, tantric practice essentially. It's very specific though, and I'd love to hear more from folks. If you have something to share about your experience with that and how that served you and how you found right relationship with sacred sexuality. And so I also want to say that I'm very grateful for my life. I'm grateful to be in a monogamous partnership, and I don't take that for granted. It's also about learning how to love unconditionally, and giving is receiving. And continue to cultivate that practice. I've been invoking Kuan Yin a lot in my life, and really feeling her presence in my life. That unconditional love of the divine goddess mother, that bodhisattva who is here to help and assist, doesn't need to be, but has a desire to be in service and wanting to embody the qualities of Kuan Yin more in my life, and that unconditional love of the mother, and to be in service to the highest. And we don't always to not expect something back is the key, is the crux to that. And it's a hard thing, because we as we can be very selfish beings, and we have these expectations that if we give, we'll receive something back. And I'm always working with that, feeling offended if I don't receive something back that I expected. But letting go of those expectations and doing it out of a desire to just be in service allows me to not suffer so much. It helps alleviate suffering for myself. So I give, practicing giving out of an expectation of not receiving anything back, and knowing that that's a blessing and a gift to be embodied, to be able to give from a place of embodiment, and to be able to have hands to give, and a heart to give, and a voice to share. And I really appreciate this platform, this vehicle, YouTube here, for helping me be more expressive and helping me grow in certain ways that have been very beneficial and cathartic for me. And to be seen, to be seen. I think we all have the desire to want to be seen. Ultimately, in all of our multiplicity of forms, I prefer to be seen, in a certain way, in a good way, whatever that may be. But I have the realization that, I'm a messy being. I'm a messy person, and to be brave enough to be seen in my vulnerability and my rawness and my foibles, and whatnot, it is a beautiful thing as well. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah, and also noticing those times when I'm judging myself, when I'm putting myself out there, and then I'm noticing like, oh, maybe I didn't do that right, or maybe I didn't word that right, or whatever, and then noticing myself judging myself and having compassion for that. I'm not trying to be perfect. I can't be perfect. Like, none of us are perfect. And I think I've been kind of turned off by YouTube because I see some YouTube um, people on YouTube, like, really highly polished and very kind of mechanical and scripted and whatnot. But I don't do that. Like, I don't write a script. I have an idea, I have a call to speak to something, but I don't know what I'm going to say. And so when I turn on the camera and I look here and I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm saying words from my heart. It's from my heart, and I'm continuing to learn how to open and express more deeply from my heart, without judgment, without constriction. So it's a deep practice for me. And I realize that sometimes I speak out of heavy emotion, out of emotion, elevated emotions. Many times it's gratitude for my life. So that's very beautiful. And then sometimes it's out of frustration, frustration with something going on, frustration with something I see in the world. And yeah, sometimes it's just a desire to want to be witnessed, to want to be seen, to feel feeling lonely, in a sense, maybe even sometimes, and wanting to be seen, even if it's just for this moment, to see myself here. And yeah, that's real. Yeah, so again, I appreciate this opportunity to speak like this. When I was growing up as a kid, we didn't have cell phones. We had old DOS computers, but yeah, there wasn't social media. There wasn't reality. There was reality TV when I was a teenager, I remember, but this is like a whole nother level, right? Like, anybody can make a video, and anybody can express themselves, and anybody can put themselves out there, and see what happens. So to me, that's exciting. And it's also, I'm noticing that it's a creative outlet for me. I like to think about where I'm going to be in nature and what I'm going to share, and like, yeah, and putting those pieces all together, and expressing myself creatively. I also notice that I love water. I love sharing the water with you all. I don't know where you live or where you are in the world, but here we're very blessed to have water sources around. There's this beautiful creek I see. It's fuller now than it was the last time I was down here, which is beautiful. Thank God for that. I live near the ocean, frequently go to the ocean. I'm traveling to Hawaii soon for the winter, and so yeah, I'm so grateful for the access to water, clean water to drink. As I spoke about in my last video, the water from Shasta, so high quality. Yeah, so grateful. So yeah, may you be blessed. May you enjoy this video. May you enjoy the offerings that I'm putting out there. I try to do it pretty consistently. I don't know why people watch my videos. A friend of mine said that, it's because you have a unique perspective, and you have interesting perspectives, and you have a different lifestyle than a lot of folks. So yeah, I do. I definitely do, and I'm grateful for that. I never expected myself to be where I am now. I was definitely a church-going soccer mom for most of my life, which is fascinating to me now, and I'm definitely not that anymore. And who knows where I'll evolve next. Life is exciting and rewarding and beautiful and juicy and sexy and virile and vital and robust and just so sparkly and satisfying for me right now. So I'm grateful for that. Yes, beautiful, grateful life.